As you can see, right now, currently, I'm in a marshy wasteland. I do not want to repeat last year. Hi everyone, Happy New Year. Doing a simple little pleasure today. No big giant outing, no big giant project. We're in the first week of the new year, and I don't know if you can tell. Well, we've lost, well, I told you in the last video, we lost our snow. Now we're about 1 degree right now, which is, it's kind of nice. So I figured, hey, I'll go hike the woods. I'll see the lay of the land. Maybe I'll check some of the deer cams, see if there's any indication of anything, or the trail cams, I guess it were. And then Wednesday, Thursday of next week, they're calling for snow. So, and then we're down to -6 or 7 at night. Obviously, nobody knows anything, right? But that's what they're calling for anyway. And if that's the case, I've got, a big propane tank, an extension cord, a Mr. Buddy heater, and a non-insulated ice hut, and a hankering to give myself a little try at the old winter camping. Unprepared. I don't have a winter sleeping bag, but hopefully with the Mr. Buddy heater, it'll be nice. But yeah, that's next week. This week, we're doing one of life's simplest pleasures: hiking, exploring, getting out in our woods and seeing what's what. I'm sort of down at the spot right now. I don't know if you can tell. I've talked about it in so many videos, but this clearing here, can you even see that? It's kind of I cleared it out. It's about 15 feet front to back, maybe a little more, maybe 20, and about 12 feet wide. And I want to do a timber frame canoe rack in there. So I can hold a couple of canoes, a slot at the bottom for the John boat, maybe some sups. And why do I want to do that? Well, through here, and this is a pickle, through there is the way down to the river. It's marsh. I usually trim it in the fall. I didn't trim it this fall. Why don't we go down there? I've got on my rubber boots, I don't care. But there's it's marsh, a couple of 100 feet anyway. And some land, some pockets of land, but it's marshy, soppy, soggy land. I did a cord walk on it, about 5 years ago. And these are some of the remnants here of stuff that I didn't get out there. So part of the way it didn't do much, but part of the way is a little easier to navigate than the rest. I don't think we're gonna have enough to be frozen at this point, but we can always, as he nearly falls. There's a game trail that runs through here. So let's go down and take a little peek at the river, huh? When the river freezes, I'm gonna toss a game cam out there because I want to see the coyotes, because it becomes a coyote highway. But for now, let's just walk down there and see what's what. I guess you're gonna have to trust me that there was a cord walk through here. Something has been walking through this. As I said, there was a trail. Every fall I brush hog it, but it's not a brush hog, it's whatever the steel combi version is. You know, it's a bit of a trek. My big concern here is I want to make sure that whatever's down here, if there is anything down here, I'm not putting it between me and the water, because the river's not frozen right now. So I don't want to walk down there and have to fend myself off against, I don't know, any variety of Sam Squanch.
It's Sam Squanch, Ricky, and there's one right outside my f***ing door right now. He's trying to get into my shed.
Whoa, I really should be out here with a, with a brush hog. Peaceful day though. We haven't had a lot of sun, and we haven't had a starry night since Christmas. If it hasn't been rainy, it's been cloudy. Kind of a bummer. Bummer summer, except it's winter. It's hard to see the boardwalk. You can kind of see some of the sticks down there a little bit. I'm on a wee bit of ice, but it keeps cracking. So far, that ice is only, you know, the marsh underneath, it's only a couple inches deep. But, here we go. Hey, if we don't get ticks after this, we're doing all right. I had a tick earlier this fall and I didn't care for it. I thought they were gone, but buttheads. I'm kind of turned around. I think I got my path confused with a game path. We should be down there by now. So I wonder if I'm doing some kind of wicked arc. Oh, I should have put a drone on my Christmas list. Oh, that's better, by the way. I think I was blown out, wasn't I? I had you on the wrong ISO settings. Either I'm close to the river and can't see because this is just a desert of reeds as far as the eye can see, or I've accidentally ended up on some sort of game trail, and for all I know, I'm gonna walk in a giant circle. But we're out. The air is fresh. It's a lovely January's day. Happy New Year. What a great time. It'd be nicer if it was sunny and there was snow falling, but you know, we'll take what we can get. And this is one of the things about living in the woods, you know? About having a simple woods life is learning to appreciate times like this. You could make going and checking game cameras a chore. I like to think of it as just out for a nice hike, you know, and see what's what. So this had completely slipped my mind to come down here and bushwhack this down. Bush hog, brush hog. I can't remember what the combi system's called. Not that it matters. You know, the one with the three-sided ninja star that spins at a terrifying rate. Let's keep going. I mean, I'm just going to keep following what we're following, and put it this way, if we end up at my old duck blind, then we're in the right spot. But now I want to build a boardwalk down through here, put a dock down there so we can play on the river a little bit more, and we'll turn the John boat into its own duck blind so we can have many spots to say hello to our friends Kennard Millard. Something's bed down here though. That'd be a chilly night, sleeping on the icy marsh. There's the stump. Thought I could use this as a periscope. So usually off that tall pine, can you see that tall pine? We're a straight line with a little bit of a jog. But I can see through there, there's a cut, so, and I've never encountered this stump, so I feel like I might be in the middle of the jog. Not that I'm jogging in the marsh. Well, if we ended up at the blind, we went the right way, and if we don't, we didn't. Yeah, this is not right, bro. Where's my blind? This is why I think I might need a drone. I could just, you know how it goes, and fly out. Even though there's a wall here, I'm gonna walk through it because it looks like a path. That looks like another bed there. Okay. Oh! Hey! Am I way off? That's one of my, there's a bit of my old cord walk. Okay. I went too far right. Ugh. Oh, yeah. That's why you don't follow deer trails, eh? You don't follow game trails. Oh, there's the river. Keep on keeping on. Keep on keeping on. In the frosty winter. Keep on keeping on. Well into the day. Keep on keeping on. I do not want to fall through. Keep on keeping on. Everything's gonna be okay. Ugh. I know there's a couple deep parts up where these burly logs are, so I usually have a couple stepping stones. We're getting that Granberg sawmill out, and we're gonna make ourselves up a whole mess of boards, okay? And we're gonna build ourselves a boardwalk, because this is nuts. I'm always fighting through here. I got another spot that I launched the canoe, but that's not where I want to launch it from, so I want to launch it here. Straight path up to the canoe rack. I've got canoe wheels, you know, so I could just down the boardwalk out to the water, and woodly boop, I'm out in the wild yonder. The wild yonder. Hello! All right. Ooh. Oh, there's the old duck blind. Dead ahead. Oh. All right. I don't feel good about this. All right, we made it to the river. And while you can hear the ice cracking, I don't believe I'm repeating last January, only because we're on the marsh edge and it's not very deep here and it's pretty frozen underneath. So I have been busting through a little bit, you know, a couple inches as I was coming up here, but that's what we got a boardwalk through. Could be fun. But this is nice. This is lovely. But we've got maybe half of this little bay here frozen and the other half's open. I got some big plans for this, so that'll be fun to do. Beautiful anyway. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to pull this duck blind out of here because it's done, it's shot, it's seen its time, it's over. There is no fixing it. There's no restoring it. And as I said, it's primary real estate now because we want to have a dock. We can come down and watch the sunsets and fish and, you know, head out for paddles and stuff. It's part of the whole river life. Not where we're launching now, but like a straight run up to the woods and then, you know, and then that. So that's all. Wanted to see the river, saw the river. It's lovely. Hello, I'm at the river. And then we'll, I don't know, we'll go check the rest of those trail cams. And I'm dumping them all on my laptop. I got an old laptop out with me, only because my trail cam reader doesn't work on all the cameras and it's slow. And it's hard to see on the phone screen exactly what's what. And some of them have, because they're set on different timers, some of them have a lot. One of them was so damn sensitive, it was catching every time like this kind of thing happened. It was taking sequences of 3 shots, so I can't go through 3,500 photos on my camera or on my phone. So I dump them all on this, and then I head back to the lodge and have a cup of tea or something. Have a cup of tea or something, and we take a peek at everything. But I'm sitting on a frosity froze here, guys, and hopefully we can find our way back to the mainland. Oh yeah, because we're dealing with the mainland now, eh? I'm gonna blow this pop stand. All right, let's head back. Let's see if we can make our way back. I do not want to repeat last year. And in the spring we'll come out and we'll pull up any of these old skids and the duck blind. And then we'll hopefully be able to figure out how to do that Grandberg chainsaw mill. I mean, I think the biggest concern for me with it is the first cut. From what I've been researching and reading, first cut's the most important, right? Because if it's true and straight, and you can buy a Grandberg guide, but man, they're pricey from what I saw, and only like 3 or 4 feet long. So you'd either have to double them or you'd have to cut, move it, do it again. And it's just that first board. But I also saw somebody jerry-rigging it with an old extension ladder part. So I have an old extension ladder. Maybe that's what I can do. So if anybody knows anything about Grandberg chainsaw mills, I got a pretty powerful chainsaw. Not the one you guys see me use. Whoop! Okay, I broke through, but only an inch. I do not want to repeat last year. You've seen me use, but I have another one she's a real beastie workhorse. Gonna be buff after we're done with her. She's something fierce. She's a fierce lady. I'm applying gender to my tools, and that's okay, I think. But she's a big saw. So, it's honestly, it's like, I'm gonna be covered in spiders and ticks when I get in. Hopefully not. I do not want to repeat last year. I went in deep. Oh shit. Oh shit. All right. Now we're not f***ing around anymore. Ooh, I am soaked. Oh, and that's ice f***ing cold too. Damn, boy. I must have been, I talked to you about one of those little pockets. All right. Well, my left foot is soaked and it hurts. And that means these rain boots are gonna stink. Oh, shit. I'm about halfway back. Hopefully, that was just one of those little pockets. Yeah, I went in. The f is it with me in January going in this river? Man. Son of a bitch. All right, well, we're not going to be able to check all the trail cams, but there's 2 more down the way if I can get back to shore. If I can get back in the woods, we'll check the other 2. And then I'm going to have to go back and dry off because my left boot is soaked. I went in just up over my knee, but it was enough for me to drop. I don't know what it captured on film, if anything. These are relatively new rain boots, and they're lined for my warmth and comfort. And now they've been soaked in swamp water. So, and I'm not talking about that cool swamp water, you know, when they let you use the fountain hop machine and you put in the Sprite and the Coke and the cherry. I'm talking like, ew. Serves me right. Called it how many times? And what did I just talk about at the end of fucking New Year's there, at the end of Christmas? I'm so proud that I've learned to be more self-aware. Okay. Okay, we're out of the pure swampy swamp, and we're now sort of up to where we're up where the forest and the marsh meet. So, and I can see some of my old cord walk. Man, I'm mad at myself. My left foot's cold. I'm like a half an hour hike to the lodge. My boots are gonna stink. All right. Your boy wasn't using his head. Damn it. Anyway. Oh, it's all soaked in. So I went up to about here. Well, that's a bit of a shame that I've got to go back to the lodge. My left foot is freezing. I took a look on this trail cam here, and I don't know why it's shooting video. It's shooting this really poorly AVI crap. It's like pixelated, and it looks like cell phone footage from an old Nokia. But from what I could see, we've got ourselves a young buck strolling around a couple of times. So that's kind of neat to see. I wish it was, I've checked it, it's set for photos, so I don't know. But I don't want to ruin my boots any more than they are, so if I can get back to the lodge in the next little bit, I will I'll pull the liners out and see what we can see. Borax is a wonderful thing. Maybe not the world's greatest adventure, but nice to see the river. Nice to be reminded that I shouldn't go near the river in January. And I'm gonna get cleaned up, and we'll see about making up some comfort food, some Sri Lankan curry. Oh, a hot spicy curry with some rice. There's nothing nicer. You know, that's that's where we are. That's what we're gonna do. And the socks are gonna smell doodly-doo.